Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the Raw and Flawed podcast. I'm Judah Gonzalez.
I'm Carol Brenes.
And we're here with Jenny Escobar, financial advisor and overall positive, full of sunshine, wonderful woman.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here with us today. We love it. We love to have you here.
I'm really happy to be here.
Yes.
Genuinely happy. Because, sometimes you go to places and you really don't want to be there. Like, I'm really happy to be here.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm so excited that you agreed to come.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, of course. You were like the first person I thought of.
Literally, we said, who can we have to have a guest? And Carol was like, it has to be Jenny. And I couldn't agree anymore. You're so full of positivity. You're such a great person. And you're so good to be, like, relatable to that we were like, absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
have no doubts on that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love your social media.
Thank you. I love social media. So here's the truth, right? We always have to tell the truth. If being a financial advisor didn't pay me what it did, meaning like it does really well for me, I would do social media.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my passion, creating things. I love creating stuff. So
we definitely need to take a page from your book then, because I'm trying, Carol's trying, we're getting there. This is a step in the right direction. That's why we made this podcast video, just so we can, get ourselves out there a little bit more, get a little bit more comfortable with putting stuff out there.
doing good.
But did you always love it, or did it take time for you to get there?
I just knew that it was going to be a really good tool for me to take my business to the next level, to have a better experience all around. So then I started with being really bad at the videos and not knowing how to angle it and all that stuff. And then I just let go of all the power. Anything that I try to control, I take a step back and I know that that's not the path. So I let it go. And then the moment I just started posting, I'm also results oriented, right? So I started people reaching out. Oh, you should do a video with us, or I need life insurance, I need a retirement account. And then from there, it just grew into something huge. And I include my daughter in it. You guys know that.
Yes.
So it's just an all-around win-win situation for everybody.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
She's so cute with her little dances.
They're literally the same person. It's adorable. I'm like,
thank you.
Reflexion right there. Reflection of Jenny.
Love my baby.
Copy and paste.
Definitely. But so you're a financial advisor. That's not all you do. Obviously, you do social media. You're doing great at it. You're doing phenomenal on it. Would you say that being a financial advisor is like your top one like priority right now, or is it being a mom, or is it making sure that people know what you do out here, putting your name out there? What would you say?
And I need to look at you when I say this. My top priority is loving myself.
Ooh.
And when I'm able to do that properly, everything else grows. My daughter, myself, my business, and everybody around me. I even attract the right type of people because I'm vibrating at this level where I'm being true to myself and I love myself, and everything just grows from there. So that's my top priority.
We love that.
Yes.
I love that answer.
Yes, I really love that answer. But it's true. Like, you need to really love yourself in order for everything else around you to kind of, grow and
if you're not taking care of yourself, you really can't take care of other people too, you know?
Yeah, you can't. Oh, so I'll tell you guys something really interesting. I was at an Arab event the other day in the Bronx. BX. Right? And so I went there, and this lovely young lady goes, oh, my God, your daughter's so adorable, because she was with me on that day at the event. And she goes, you must love her so much. I said, yes, but I love myself more. And she took a step back, and she was like, did you just say that? And my daughter goes, yeah, and I love myself more than anyone else. And it was such a great moment because my daughter was not insulted by that. My daughter knew. She's about to be 10 next week.
Wow.
And so she knows, right? Like, if I love myself, because if mommy loves herself the most, then she can give the best to me. And that's how we operate.
That's amazing that she understands that.
She gets it and she lives it.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. It was so good. The girl was floored. She like almost fell off the thing, like on the
she's like, the
backdrop. She's like, yeah, my daughter goes in and she goes, yeah, no, and I love myself the most too.
I love that.
And she went and explained why.
She's gonna literally grow up and have boundaries.
She does. Everyone. She creates them now.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I was just telling Judith what happened. I'm not gonna go into it, but she was able to tell her dad that his childhood dream is not hers, and so she's not going to do something that she truly doesn't want to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was really good.
That makes me proud, and she's not even my daughter.
Thank you.
It makes you want to teach your kids something else, because like we were brought up on certain things, right? And we were brought up to be amazing wives, you know, a great mother. You got to work, you got to do this, you got to do this. But we were never taught how to put yourself first and how to love yourself. So it puts a lot of things into play. Like you have to, absolutely.
It does. And the other thing too is that we were always taught as kids that kids should be seen and not heard. And so the adult role is here and the child is here. And so when is the child ever going to have the opportunity for that self-love if we don't meet them at that level? So for me, I'm no better than my daughter. My daughter is no better than me. I learned so much from her. I'll ask her opinion on things, and it's such an amazing point of view. I take her opinions and I apply them, and they're very successful.
Wow.
Yeah. So we are right there. And the level of respect that we have for each other, it's you can't buy that. You can't mimic it. You can't pretend. It truly exists because we have that relationship where she is my friend and she's also my daughter.
You could see it. You could definitely see it when you guys are around each other. It's so adorable. It's like, yes, she's very independent, but she knows, like, that's my mom at the end of the day. Like, I'm not going to say, no, Mom, I don't want to do this. No. Like, you're taught how to explain those things and explain those feelings to you. It's not just out of nowhere.
But that's so important, too, like, being a parent and also being their friend. Because you're not just... That's how you build trust.
Yeah. You do. You do. And it's not, so when you remove ego out of the equation, because ego takes over, right? I'm the mom, you listen to me. Mm-hmm. But why? Why should they listen to me? If I'm coming at it from a good point of view, like if I tell you brushing your teeth is really important, otherwise they're going to fall off. You know, you decide. I'm going to let you decide that. She go, I don't want my teeth to fall off, I'll brush my teeth. Versus nagging and going, because I said so and you got to do it. I don't have to repeat myself. She has her little checklist. And she knows what to check off, and she does it on her own. It's an honor system. The other day, she graduated from asking me if she can have candy to making her own decisions. I gave that whole power to her. I said, you are doing amazing. You decide. And I'll watch her go to the candy dish and go, it's 8 p.m. Not the best idea for me. Let me put it back. I don't have to do that, because when you give children that power to decide, they have the discernment to do it on their own. Sometimes we downplay how important they are and how bright they are.
Yeah, you have to literally speak to them like adults.
Yeah.
My sister and her husband do that with my nephew. He is 4, gonna be 5. He knows all of his planets, English and Spanish, their names in order, what they do, the alphabet, English and Spanish, backwards. Like, he is so smart, and he will literally question you and make you think, and I'm like, this little boy. But that's how they operate too. Like, they tell him why you have to do things, and it's up to you, and it makes sense. I feel like that's the complete opposite of how we grew up. Like, our parents, if we didn't listen to them, just with that look, you knew.
Right.
You knew. Like,
they didn't have to give you an explanation.
No. Even grandparents. So I was fortunate enough where my mom was somehow advanced at that level, and
nice.
So she created this platform for me to flourish. And it's always, you're beautiful, there's nothing that you cannot accomplish. She really, I'm very blessed. But I did have the grandparents that were like,
old school.
Yeah, like, you need to be a lawyer or you're not going to be successful. Like, they wanted to create this path for me. And ever since I was little, I'm like, no, I want to do something different. And so, it's always good to have somebody in your corner.
Yeah.
Very important.
100%.
Yeah, so I want to be that person for my daughter. My whole goal is for her to never have to go to therapy. Yeah. I mean, if all she does is goes to yoga and she's a great person and she's true to herself, I could go away right now and know that she'll be completely okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do.
That's amazing.
I feel like we came in and we were going to ask about financial advice, but
It's never
I think
about finances.
we're doing better with the parenting stuff. I'm like, let me write this stuff down for when the time comes.
You know what it is? It's natural. This is stuff that comes natural to us. If we just take a moment and connect with ourselves, we don't need to read books on how to be parents. Like, we know what to do.
Yeah.
But we're so removed because of society and because of all this stuff. So there's this big buffer in between of what you need to be doing. But if you just get a little closer with yourself, and that's what I've been doing with yoga, and then you have all the answers. This is the other thing. I found myself not going to other people for answers, but sitting with myself and figuring out the answer for myself. Because I used to, and I don't know about you, but I used to go always to either my mentor, and sometimes you gotta go, which is what happened today, my mom, which obviously she's filled with wisdom, but friends or family members or somebody like a colleague. You know, I found myself always questioning, what should I do? And the moment I put all that aside and just stepped into my own power, you have the answer for everything. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So now that's the one thing I wanted to share with you guys, that I was able to get to that level of, you know, I know, and I feel so good when I do it. I go, I know that was the right thing to do. I did it, and look at all this stuff that's happening for me.
Yeah.
Also, you have to be wise enough to know that you're not always going to be able to identify those blind spots. We had such a great breakfast this morning talking about identifying the blind spots, and I had some serious ones earlier the last couple weeks, and thank goodness I was able to look up to someone who can give me that and who can see my blind spots, and we fixed it in less than 2 minutes. It was crazy. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not figuring this out. He goes, this is what's going on. Wow, it was so simple right in front of me. Sometimes we need someone too.
Yeah, somebody more clear-headed. Definitely somebody that, like your mentor, let's say, that you already know, you already have that relationship with, and you know that the advice that he's gonna give you is in your best intention. Yeah. You know, because sometimes you go out and you ask your friend, your mom, your tia, everybody for advice, and everybody's giving you a different opinion on how they would do things, and you can't really sit back and think like, hold on, how do I want to do these things? You know?
Yeah.
But like it's too much sometimes.
Yeah,
and that makes you a little bit more overwhelmed and a little bit more confused when you have so many things going on at once that you don't know what direction to take.
Yeah, I feel like the older I'm getting, I'm starting to learn that, like, I can't go to everyone when something isn't going my way.
Yeah.
Like, I have to really sit down and think about it, and what do I want? Do I want to fix this? Do I accept this behavior, etc.? And you just figure it out as you go. And if you really can't find the answer, then go to your mentor.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get a mentor after this.
Yeah, it can be anybody that you trust, that you know would be helping you make decisions that's in your best interest. And for me, it's Steve. I've known him for 24 years of my life. When I started my career as a financial advisor at the age of 20, he was right there from the beginning, and it was never really about money. It never was. Every decision he ever made, sometimes he would advise me to take a step back, and I knew that was going to be less income for him because he always looked out for me. So how can you not trust somebody who's able to tell you, do less, because right now you need to think about yourself? That's huge. Yeah. Not many of us have that.
No, definitely not. Especially when you have a higher up in place or somebody that makes money off of you, like you know that they're trying to push you to make more money. That's what they're supposed to do, you know? So when you have somebody step back and take that initiative and be like, look, I got to look out for the people underneath me, that's all
huge.
You can really ask for.
That's really huge. You know, our industry, people aren't genuinely like that.
No. I feel like your boss, you know, like he's an amazing dude. Like if you ever need time off, I feel like you definitely got it. I feel like that's the environment that you want to be around. You don't want to be around a dictatorship. You're never going to be happy.
Yeah. No. If I ever need advice or like I feel like something is missing, I kind of like set up a meeting with him and I'll try to see like what he thinks, because he's been doing this for so long, you know? I feel like he has the right answers.
Of course, and he has your best interest at heart, and that's all that you could ever want. Yeah. And with that being said, you're not going to go anywhere because you have that genuine friendship and connection with that person. Yeah. So even as a wise business person, it behooves you to treat everyone well. Yeah. You know?
Especially when you come from a place where you weren't being treated well. Oh, my God. Because now you get to tell people the difference, and you get to feel the difference.
You feel the difference 100%, and you just see how genuine people are versus, like, other people's intentions.
Yeah, it's true, and we have to protect our energy as well. So if something doesn't flow, or I just feel like I don't need to be there, I won't go. Mm-hmm. I won't go. Or if I'm doing something, like the other day I had a great person invite me to an event, and I said, I'm actually spending the whole day with my daughter, so I will not be able to participate. However, please keep me in mind. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm hoping that I'm able to go to the next one. So that way, what happens? What do we normally do? All right, I'll spend 3 hours with my daughter, then I'll run over there, then I'll run back, and then we're not doing anything but just dismissing ourselves and violating our boundaries. Yeah. Who's the biggest violator of our own boundaries?
Ourselves.
Us. Nobody else.
Love that.
Yeah.
You should be can you be my mentor?
Anytime.
And she would have been like, no, I don't got time for that.
We all help each other out. They're just conversations we have. That's all.
So, Jenny, you say you became a financial advisor at the age of 20. And what do you think made you make that decision?
I wanted to do two things. And I know this is so cliche because everybody says the same thing, but I don't feel that they mean it every time they say it. And let's be real. I actually wanted to help people. However, but as well, I wanted to make a lot of money.
Because we all do, you know?
Let's stop hiding behind, like, I just want to help people. Yeah, but, like, you also, it's okay for you to make a lot of money, too. So I figured my mom was an immigrant. Her and I, we crossed the border through Mexico. First of all, we lived in Mexico for 3 months. And I'm originally from Ecuador, so we took a plane to Mexico because it was our way to get to the United States. And I lived in Mexico, which is where I learned how to eat spicy stuff, and I love it. I lived there for 3 months, and then my mom goes, okay, we're going to cross the border. So we got here through, like, serious, like there was trials and tribulations along the way. So when we got here, and my mom, being an attorney in Ecuador, came here just to start over with no career, right? And so all of those things. And finally, a financial advisor, visited her at her house and helped her with her retirement, with her life insurance. And I thought it was just so cool because the lady that visited her had this amazing energy of truly caring. And I was just curious enough to find out, like, okay, how much are you making off of all of this, right? I wanted to know the commissions. I wanted to know more of how it worked. And I think she said something like $900, and she was there for an hour. This is back in 2000. I go, I'm in. What can I do? And that's how I started. And then it was a good opportunity to help people like my mom, right? Because if not, she would not have retired. She retired a long time ago. She's been retired for a while because of her investments. So I saw my mom walk through that path of financial independence. And I thought it was pretty cool. So that's how I got started.
That's an amazing story.
Thank you.
That's very inspiring.
Thank you.
Empowerment.
Yeah. Single mom, by the way, raised me on her own.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she was a lawyer, an attorney in Ecuador, and chose to come to...
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. For a better opportunity.
That's
Like most of us do, and we still have the opportunity to do,
Mm-hmm.
which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was really good because, like, she lives a great life. I pay for everything. It's true. I do.
That's
Hi,
how
Mom.
it should be.
Hi, Mom. So what I tell her is the best investment she ever made, she paid for my life insurance license, which back then was $199. And I had no money. I'm talking about no money. I was 19 going on 20. And she paid for it. I'm like, that's the best rate of return you'll ever get because she's fully funded by me.
I think she saw that in you, maybe. Like, she saw that you had that potential because you radiate that positivity now. I could only imagine when you were younger, when we weren't afraid of certain things and we were trying to live our best lives. Like, I'm pretty sure your mom saw that and she's like, yeah, let me pay for this license.
100%.
Yeah, you're right. And what happened is I the reason why the business was successful from the start was because I was so naive. I wasn't jaded by life. You know, when you get older, you've been hit by things have not gone right for you, or maybe people have done you wrong, but really you did yourself wrong. No one does you wrong, you do yourself wrong because you allow it to happen. But those are lessons you learn in life. But I'm like, who would not want to buy life insurance? That's crazy. So I really thought that everyone was going to buy it and that everybody wanted a retirement account and everybody wanted to learn about money, and it really was like that. So I think what you said is right. I was so naive and so young, and that helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
But how did you pick up your business when you were fresh, 19, 20?
So I said, well, first of all, I have no money, so I can't do advertising. Right now we sponsor things. It's like $30,000 a year. Like, where did the money go? But it's a good investment because you meet wonderful people. Back then, my mom was like paying my cell phone bill. So I'm like, how can I make this happen? So I said, all right, well, churches. And I started with a church in the Bronx, right on Jerome Avenue. I just called up and the pastor goes, yeah, you can come and do a presentation. I go, oh my God, I'm actually going to go do it. So my mom, I go, I need you to come and like hand out the pens. And I created these little intake sheets so people can fill out their information. I still use them to this day. 24 years later, same thing. It really built my business. So I went there and in front of 200 members, first presentation, I didn't really know much either. And so the pastor gives me the microphone. He puts me on the,
On the pedestal.
Yeah, I'm like next to Jesus, and like this one over here. I go, what am I doing? So, and my mom's like, I got the pens. She had the pen. She helped me out so much. I was so nervous that when I started speaking, the microphone like slipped off my hand. My hands were so sweaty. But I had about 150 people sign up like to get my information, and they wanted to hear from me, and that was the beginning. That's how I got the whole business started.
That's crazy. That's a dope story.
Yeah.
It's such a good story.
And the fact that you still use that method.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It really helps because you get people's names and numbers, and now you're able to follow up. The biggest challenge I see with people when we network and when we do events is that you feel that you gave out your business card and that means everything. That means nothing.
Yeah.
You need to have somebody's name and number so you can follow up and do the work.
100%.
Hey, Judith, we met at this event. I would love to grab coffee. And it doesn't have to be a whole 20-minute presentation. It can be, I want to grab coffee. I want to talk to you. Let's see if anything can happen. And that's how it started. And then all of a sudden, I was just taking the train and going to the Bronx and visiting all my clients. And we're still friends. And it's really nice to see. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Did you grow up in the boroughs?
I grew up in Queens, Astoria.
Nice.
Yeah. So
cool.
That's how it started.
I'm going to tell you this, Jenny. You have great ideas.
Yes.
I've seen your great ideas, and they definitely stick. So I'm not surprised that to this day you're still using that intake method because it's definitely,
Thank you.
you have amazing ideas.
I appreciate it.
For sure. I was telling Carol that you gave me an idea that you went to a networking event and you stapled your business cards to like masks, eye mask, and lip mask. I was like, this girl is so smart.
Yeah, and then it's a conversation starter. And I don't have to be like, oh, I do finances. It's like, here, this is for your, when you get stressed. I know you never get stressed, but put it on. And, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm stressed right now. Okay, so let's put it on right now. But it's so cute because it opens up a conversation. And I don't have to start with, I'm doing this or I'm a financial advisor. We can start from a point of, like, being a human being.
Yeah.
And part of who I am is self-care. So it really is an extension of me. It's like, hey, put these on and go to bed.
Yeah.
Stop calling people. Stop following up. Stop showing up to all the trainings. Take a freaking break. And then you'll come back and show up to everything. And you'll be fine. And you'll be good. And you'll be happy. And you'll produce more. You'll attract more.
Yeah, sometimes you really just need a day or two to just sit down, unwind, and really just take a break.
I feel like we'll say that, but then we like don't follow our own advice. Mm-hmm. Like it's so bad. Like the guilt is so bad when you do, but it's like in reality, like you're gonna burn out. Like you need to have yourself, just you and yourself, just nobody else. Just chill, have a glass of wine, relax.
I was at a wedding 2 weeks ago, and a client calls me. Gabriel, my husband, goes, "Don't answer, Carol. You're at a wedding." I answered. I'll be back. I answered, and it was a client that wanted to put an offer in. So I'm like, I'm not in front of my laptop. I'm like, all right, let me call you as soon as I get out of this wedding. And then I called him as soon as we got home, and Gabriel's like, Carol, you need to stop. Like, you need to set boundaries.
That's really good. You have a wise partner.
Yeah. He's always calling me out on everything. He's like, well, if you choose to work this way, these are the results you're going to get. Yeah. So don't cry about it.
Yeah. And it's how the question is, how do you want your business to look like, right? Do you want it to be your clients dictate your life, or do you want it to be a place where you take the leadership role and let them know how your business operates? Because I'll have clients reach out and, can we, and I'll text them back. I won't even call them back. I'm not calling you back. This is my time with my daughter, but I will love you enough to send you a really cute message and tell you I'm out to dinner or I'm spending the rest of the day with my daughter. I can get back to you on Monday. If it's an emergency, here's my office manager's phone number. We want to help you right away, so this is the next step. And most of the time, they will come back and say, I hope you have a great time with your daughter. I'm so happy you're able to do this and you're taking time for yourself. It's always like, wow, I admire that. It's never, I cannot believe you're not putting me as a priority. And if that is the type of client that's in your life right now, then that's not the type of client that you want.
Yeah.
That's it. I will say no to opportunities because I want to say yes to myself. And because I do that, I end up making more money anyway. So that client was not for me.
Just learning boundaries. That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm. It starts simple, too. Like, I try not to answer anybody before a certain time in the morning. Like, if it's me time, it's me time. And I try to answer nobody after a certain time at night. Especially, like, I'll have some times where I'm eating dinner and people are calling me and I'm like, There's no way I'm not answering the phone right now. Like, there's no way. If it's like 7 o'clock, all right, I'll be like, okay, after I finish. But after 8 o'clock, like, leave me alone. I feel like the least I deserve is 2 hours before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Agreed. In the mornings, it's like my time. Like, I like to do my breakfast, work out. Like, I'm starting to get back into the habit of trying to work out. Like, just getting leaving everything organized, my food, my lunch. Then I'm like, all right, because after 9, I know that my phone is not going to stop ringing, emails, text messages. So
you're never going to have a time for yourself, not even a second. After that starts, I feel like if I wake up in the morning and I check my email, I already feel suffocated. Like, I could have waited. You know what I mean? Like, let me have a cup of coffee. Let me chill. Let me go sit on the deck. Like, let me do something that I actually love. Let me cuddle a little bit more, you know? But I don't want to, like, just start talking to people. People overnight. I wake up to people overnight sending me houses. I'm like, that's cool, but I hope you didn't expect for me to answer you.
Yeah,
Of course not.
yeah.
Of course not. And when you interview someone at their deathbed, they're not like, I wish I would have put in more offers. You know, like, I wish I would have done more seminars. I wish I would have sold more policies. I wish I would have taken less time on vacation. It's always, I wish I would have done the things that truly matter. You know, like family and yourself and going away and taking the time off. That's what really matters.
So does your company give, like, let's say if you meet, like, certain numbers, do they give away, like, incentives of going away?
All the time. I win every trip.
I know, I see
I
that.
win every trip.
I do.
That's
I don't know how to not
amazing.
win.
That's amazing.
You should get that on a shirt. I don't know how to
I
not
want to
win.
do it. But it comes from a place of not pushing and not pulling and not stressing and not hustling. That word hustling it's not feminine. It doesn't have feminine energy. We attract. We don't hustle. Women attract things. So you just by being you will attract all the stuff that you need. You don't have to go get it or chase it. That's what men do, and they're great at it.
Yeah.
That's their energy. Us, we just need to chill.
I like that. I got little chills just now.
Just chill and it'll come. So that's why all these trips, right? Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm like, you're about to have a heart attack and a stroke. And then here I am, like, creating videos with my daughter, having a good time, and then we win every trip. I haven't even looked at the scoreboard because I know I won. Like, I'm not looking at the scoreboard.
That's amazing.
I'm not even worried about it. Every trip we win, and these are amazing trips. So yes, we also have bonuses. So if you produce a certain amount in your base shop, which is you and your team when you do a life insurance volume, you get bonuses as well. You get stock. We get all of it.
Wow.
I never worry about it.
And you have a team, or is it just?
We have a beautiful team of people who are who they want to be and not what they should be. So there is no pushing to, like, you need to meet your quota, you got to do this, you can't be with your kids, you 24/7 hustle and bustle till you make it happen, fake it till you make it. That's insane.
I hate when people say that, fake it till you make it. That is the worst advice you can give to someone.
It makes you not want to work with that person.
Yeah, when I first started this industry, they would always say that to me, fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. I'm like, I can't fake how to do mortgages.
No.
You actually have to know how to do, like, basic math, and you can't just fake it till you make it. That's the worst advice you can ever give. I hate when people say that.
Yeah.
It's, let's be real though, it's mostly men that say it.
Yes.
Not to,
It's
call
like
anybody
hearing,
out,
like,
but
a nail with the chalkboard. That's how much I hate hearing that phrase.
Yeah. And I think the challenge now is that a lot of women are in this masculine energy, and it's draining. It's so draining. Why can't we just be?
That's a fact.
You know, even like if a guy's gonna open the door for me, I welcome it. I'm like, thank you so much. You know, you want to pay. Thank you. I always say thank you. Yes, absolutely.
You know, I will say this: being in, like, a very masculine industry, I love my team because they don't make me feel any, like, you know how men and their egos
any less.
Yeah, they don't make me feel any
That's
less.
awesome.
They make me feel like
At their level.
Yeah. Not even, like, at their level, but, like, they just treat me normal. Like, I'm a normal human being. You know what I mean?
What I'm getting from you is that they actually place you in a place that you belong.
Yes.
Meaning, like, you are a lady and you are a woman, so there's a certain type of energy that they need to provide to you so you can flourish.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, she's good, bro.
It's good. It's good to get recognized. It's good for people to do that. You know,
Yeah.
I was, until I unplugged from the matrix, because I was plugged in for quite a while, I was in the place where I would come in the office and be like, hey, ladies, to the guys, you know, like I was one of the guys. Like, where are we going later? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, what am I doing? This is so terrible. It doesn't even go with me, but it took me a while to understand that I was in this masculine energy.
Yeah.
And that's why the relationships and the men that I was attracting were men that I needed to rescue and take care of, because who's going to take care of me if I got it? I got all of it. I got this. I got that done financially. I got you. We're doing this. I'm driving. I'm picking the restaurant. It's exhausting. I'm not doing none of that. Nothing.
Boundaries.
Yes. Yeah. And with business, it works the same way.
Yeah.
Same way. You attract the right type of people. Stuff shows up. It's crazy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I feel like being your genuine self, you do attract people that get you. They understand you. They're looking for the same thing. Like, you want to help them and they want to be helped. You know, when you do this fake it till you make it thing, like, you get rude people. You get people that treat you like dirt. You get people that want you to answer at 9 p.m. I've gotten clients that text me and they're like, look for this for me. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Like, minimal. Like, you can say hello.
Yeah. I'm like,
People
¿Usted
forget.
está bien? Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
okay? That's the best question to break somebody down when they're at that level. It's like, are you okay? Like, I'll genuinely be like, okay, ¿usted está bien? Because sometimes they're not even realizing that they're in this space where they're están desesperados totalmente.
Oh, yeah.
And so they can't even come at you the right way. So if you break that pattern and you're like, are you okay? They'll come back and be like, you know what, actually I'm not. This happened today, or that happened in school, or my kid's going through something, or I'm going through a divorce. And then you can meet them there and go, man, you know what, I get where you're coming from. But let's love each other and let's respect each other. Don't be calling me before 9 a.m. That's all. You can do that with your clients. I do that with my clients all the time. And they are still there. They follow me on Instagram. They like my stuff, and they refer me to people.
Yeah.
And I think they respect you more for that. For you
Yeah.
being genuine enough to be like, look, chill.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're not robots.
We're not. Like,
We're
take a
humans
break.
just like them.
Yeah.
We
take
have
a chill
problems
pill.
just like them.
We all do. And let's just remember also that we don't always show up our best way. Have you
Yeah.
had a bad day where maybe you said something to someone that you didn't mean?
Yeah.
Have you had that day?
Yeah.
I know I have. So we also have to be graceful to other people.
You always have to be graceful, definitely. I feel like even minimum things, like I'll go to the supermarket and I'll be like, hey, how are you today? Like, little things like that goes a long way. Some people actually will be like, damn, I needed that, you know. I'm not
Yeah.
doing too good today.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me, hey, how are you today? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing too well.
There you go. So good to be able to say I'm not doing too well.
Yeah. And it's to strangers that you don't even know, but damn, like, nobody else is asking me. Like, why the fuck not?
Yeah. Or all these people, right? Like, how you doing? Pumped up, fired up, super excited. No, you're not. Every time you're pumped up, fired up, super excited, that's not true. You're going to go through waves of things and you're going to doubt yourself, and that's human. Like, it's okay to be human and talk about it. So,
You know what? Now that you say that, I feel like it's the lifestyle in America. Because whenever I'm in El Salvador, everyone is so nice. They ask you how your day
Yeah.
is. Do you need help?
That's true.
And these people don't even have much to offer to you.
and they're so happy.
And they are so happy and they're willing to do whatever. And here it's just like
Yeah.
on the go, fast paced.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
When I go to Ecuador, this happens. They're like, oh, vamos a tomarnos el cafecito con un pancito. And I'm like, what? How? I have 50 other family members to go see. I can't barely have this, which is why I don't see anybody now. I'm just, when I go, my family's like, oh, you were there? Yes, I was. And I had a blast. Because I didn't see you. I had such a good time. I didn't have to talk about nonsense or like, oh, I see your business is growing, but you don't really care that my business is growing.
No.
You're just saying that because it sounds good, because it's the right thing to say, but truly, you don't mean it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hang out with you if you don't really mean it. You know, like, I want to be with someone who really means it. When I tell somebody, like, I can't believe your business is growing, I mean it. Like, this is so cool. Not everybody has those intentions, so I don't want that energy in my life, even if it's my family. I think I talk to one cousin. And I have so many family members. I got rid of everybody. So good. That backpack, listen, those backpacks that you carry from other people's stuff, I gave them all back their backpacks. Now I travel light. Yeah. This is your stuff. I'm not taking this from you. Or, like, oh, you're too good to hang out with us now. That was the other thing. Oh, because you're making money now. I'm like, no, it's
like
the
that's
total
everybody.
opposite. It's the total opposite. I'm like, I just woke up. It just happens to have that I also have money, which is okay. I woke up and I ended up with money. Good for me. Good for me. Why don't you be happy for me? It didn't come free. It didn't come without me investing time and sometimes doing the things that I didn't want to do. Like, who's done those events where you sponsor something and you got to carry that heavy table and the chairs? Or sometimes they don't tell you where your spot is and you end up all the way in the back by the bathroom. No one's coming to see you. You're paying $800. You don't even know what you sponsored for. Let's talk about the real stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the stuff. So when you're at home, watching Housewives of Atlanta, I'm schlepping that table. That's why I have the money I have now.
Yeah, you're
so
doing
I
the
don't
work.
feel guilty for it. No.
As you shouldn't, and that's what they're trying to make you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like, you're trying to dim my light. And I'm not going to let it happen.
And
No.
people also just don't understand the way our business works.
No.
They think it's like all fun and games because they see you posting on Instagram, and it's like, no, you have to do this every day.
Yeah. No, we don't always want to shoot stuff too, right? We always
Yeah.
shoot the content. Sometimes I record myself and I'm like, Jenny, you look tired. And I'll say, this is not your moment. Let's take a step back and I'll go take a nap. Who takes a nap? Do you take a nap during the daytime? I nap.
I try.
Nobody naps nowadays.
So good. Like the 9-minute nap, I put the cucumbers in my eyeballs and I go like this. It's like I'm dead.
What's the 9-minute nap?
It's a Baroness nap. If you watch the movie Cruella, have you ever seen it?
I haven't seen it.
You gotta see it. The Dalmatians movie, but it's with Emma Stone.
I've heard of it.
Okay, please go see it, and then you're gonna crack up when you see her. Like, it's the Baroness nap. She's terrible, but she's such a good businesswoman, and she takes 9-minute naps. She'll go like this and put the cucumbers in her eyes. Now, she causes havoc, and she's pure evil. But what I took from that is the nap. I always take the good stuff out of whatever I see.
Naps.
I'm like, that girl's got it. She's building an empire. She's taking naps. So I started taking naps. They're so good.
Sometimes you have to.
No, sometimes I'm like, damn, I'm falling asleep driving. I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, and it'll be like, I feel like I got a full 8 hours of sleep at night, and I didn't, because all I have on the top of my mind is like, this deal in the morning, I gotta respond to this person, I gotta do this in the morning.
And the deal appears in your dream.
All day long, like all day long. It's so annoying. Last night, all I did was toss and turn. I'm like, so stressed. And I'm like, why am I stressed? Like, my deals are going where they have to go, one step at a time. I'm like trying to revert my mind from being so stressed over things that I don't have to be stressed over. I feel like in this industry, there's so many things that people are like, well, you should be doing this. You should be following up every single day. I'm like, relax, bro. I got the deal in contract. I don't have to freaking call somebody 10 times a day, see how the deal is going. Like, everything at its time,
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that.
I like to update, like, my client and the agent, like, this is what happened. Or they get, like, a email, like an automatic email with the steps. Because I don't want, people messaging me, like, oh, so what's going on? Like, it kind of looks bad.
It's so good because you're taking care, custody, and control of your business.
Mm.
You have a system in place and the system works.
Yeah.
I like to tell the client, I wanted to update you that I have no update. That's my update.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for letting me know that there's nothing going on. I'm like, I know. Talk to you later. I've got nothing, and it's serious stuff sometimes, like investments and all this money. They're getting ready to retire, but the money's not ready to, come out yet. And it could be a big deal. It's like $1 million situation that they're waiting for, and it's me going, I don't have an update. But tomorrow, hopefully something will work. And then nobody gets upset.
I think that's the right way.
Yeah.
I'm start using that.
Yeah,
Look,
I have
everything's
no
going
update.
good. Talk to you tomorrow.
All we want is for somebody to follow up with us.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
I think that's about right.
And the reason your body, did you know that your body has more intelligence than your actual brain? So your body is ancient, and it tells you everything. When you're scared, what is the first thing that moves? Or what is the first thing that you feel? You feel, right? You're scared. And then your body tells your mind, you're scared. So when you're over here stressed out about the deals, it's because you're living like you're trying to get ahead of your body. And your body's literally telling you, take a break. We have to listen to our bodies. Yeah, that's what's happening. Your body's going to tell your mind what to do. Your mind's not going to tell your body what to do.
Be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like your stomach starts to turn, los pelitos start to stand.
That's your body going, hey, we have to fix this.
You feel weak. You can't really stand. Like, oh my God, what's going on?
Course correct. Think about all the guys we dated that we had no business dating.
Oh God.
Right? Or the ladies that you had no business dating. And then think about your body always told you no.
Yeah.
Like you knew not to. Every red flag presented itself.
You know what it is? We like to help people so much. We have that. Let me help you, boo. Let me.
Yeah.
He's
I
gonna change.
He's gonna change for me.
If we just give it a little time. Time is all he needs. Time is all he's ever had.
About 20 years more he needs.
Yeah, or she's ever had. So, you know.
I love that. I think we have a couple minutes left, so I think one more question and wrap it up. I think one good one financial question. Do you have any financial advice for any young people in their 20s getting out of, let's say, high school? Like, just so they could prepare. Like, I know you were 19, 20 years old when you started all of this and started learning about financial freedom, and your mom was a big impact on that. Do you have anything out there for younger people? And even us, because I can use it.
Yes. So there's two things. The two things that we can do. Love the people that depend on us financially, because maybe eventually you'll have that happen for you. So how do we love the people that depend on us financially? We get life insurance. Because when we do pass away, and it's not if we pass away, it's when we pass away, they're taken care of. So you're loving them. How do you love yourself? By starting to save and invest. Whether it's to buy a home, like don't you love yourself by buying a house? Isn't that a real thing?
Yeah.
Okay, qualifying for a great mortgage, a great rate. Get prepared for those things. And the other thing is, how do you love yourself is by investing for your future and for your retirement, whether it's in your 401k plan or an IRA. So you're loving everybody, yourself, your family, and once you have those two pillars taken care of, everything else will fall into place, like homeownership.
Nice. We love that.
Yes.
Love that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you guys. This was fun.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
coming.
So we have one last thing. So we do this raw and flawed moment of the week. So I don't know if you had any raw moment where you had to be just raw with somebody, which I know you are very raw. That sounded so bad.
I am.
Or a flawed moment where something happened that it shouldn't have happened, and maybe some embarrassment, something didn't go the way that it was supposed to.
You ready? This is deep. It happened with my mom.
Uh-oh.
So I've been on this journey. My mom was an amazing person, still is. Great mom. When I was little, she just never really was able to speak up. And so my family members would mistreat me. And she would allow it to happen because she didn't have her own voice. So I grew up with like having to defend myself. There goes that man energy coming in, always protecting myself because no one did. So I told you it was going to be deep. So we were working through it, and a bunch of times she's asked me for forgiveness, you know, like, listen, I'm sorry, and she's cried, and I've said yes, but it truly was not a real thing. So the other day she said something that triggered me, and I was like, you know what, we need to talk about this. I said, I'm not going to feel the same way that I did towards you unless we talk about this. And I went and I said, and I'm taking you home. She was at my house. I said, tomorrow you're going back to your house. It was a raw moment. I went upstairs and I cried.
Oh, crap.
I was so mad. I was angry, and that little 5-year-old girl came up real quick. My mom never came upstairs to check up on me, which is all that I really wanted. The next day came by. She had her stuff, and I said to her, you know, you had this huge opportunity. And she said to me, I know. And I'm about to cry because this was real, and it was such a good opportunity for healing. She goes, I know I had the opportunity, and I was supposed to come upstairs and be there with you because I was never there with you when you were little. She goes, please forgive me. Crazy healing moment for the both of us. So it was amazing.
Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need a I'm sorry. Especially from somebody that you consider an adult, somebody that's supposed to be there for you. 'Cause it's not a normal thing to do for people to say I'm sorry.
No, and she cried like I've never, her soul left her body and actually touched my soul, if I can
That's
describe
amazing.
it in any way possible. And then I went and I said to her, please don't let this moment take away from the fact that you have been an amazing mom. So she goes, that means so much to me. And then she's crying and I'm crying and I'm like, leave your shit here. You know you're not going anywhere. Come, let's go have some lunch.
Aww.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
I love that.
Yeah, so that was my raw moment.
Aww.
I told you it was deep.
That was good, though. That was good.
Thank
Damn. It's good. Listen, at the end of the day, we're humans and we go through this stuff, you know, and we have our parents and we feel like, you know, there's something that was always missing. We have trauma, right? Everything stems from trauma.
Yes.
So a moment like that's going to solidify your relationship even more.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
We
it was
love
so
that.
special. Yeah, because she finally did what I wanted her to do, which was like to come get me, to come rescue me, and she did it. She did it. 71 years old.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's dope. We love that.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Anytime.
Thank you for sharing everything with us.
Yes.
To be honest, it's been a good day.
I
Good
feel
morning.
like inspired. I don't know. Like something in me is just like, Carol, get it together.
When I met Jenny, I told her, I'm like, you radiate this positivity that people want to be
Around.
positive like you. People want to be happy and self-loving like you are. Like, it's something genuine that
Yes.
comes from you. You know, it's not something that people like, fake it till you make it. Jenny's over here faking. No.
No.
You could tell from the moment Jenny walks in and has a conversation with you, it's going to be a good time.
Yes.
Thank you.
For sure.
So much.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us.
Thank you both.
This has been Raw and Flawed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Peace.